Okay, so she better be playing. She better be playing. That's all I'm going to say. She better be playing, Indy. And I get it. I get it. The Indiana Fever are probably going to have Caitlin Clark questionable till the end of time. Till the end of time. Like, I genuinely think that's probably the best way to go about it. If she's carrying a niggling injury and on a game-by-game basis, there's a chance she doesn't play, at least the day before, if there's any chance of her not playing, you throw her on the injury report. At least, even if it's not the day before, at least like the day of, you can make her questionable. Make her questionable. That being said, she appears to be playing today. Like, we've got the one of the Caitlin Clark kind of report pages was tweeting, and it was like, they were like, good news, Caitlin Clark plays basketball today a few days ago. And then for today's game, it's good news, Caitlin Clark probably plays basketball today. And look, we're looking at this situation. She's there. She has arrived, and you would assume she is playing. You would assume she's playing. Obviously, this is a half an hour ago. Like, she is there. This is 8:30 p.m. She's there 4 hours early for tip. She's there 4 hours early for tip. You're guessing in terms of getting ready, getting changed for the game, about 30 minutes. Then any sort of work with the physio team, with the back, with the S&C team, give it an hour of work to be done. I don't know how much, but let's just say again, give it an hour of work. That being said, she then goes and gets some shots over an hour and can just warm up. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, it is one of those things where you have, like, with the Fever are making sure as hell. They're making sure as hell that they say that she's there. Well, everything turnover Tammy. I stand by that. Like, she's not even, you can't even call her that anymore. You can't even call her that anymore. Angel Reese averaging more turnovers per game there. Like, if she doesn't average more turnover, like, she doesn't average most turnovers in the league, that'll be hilarious. If she leads the league in assists without leading the league in turnovers, conversations are going to be had for whoever leads the league in turnovers. But also the fact that Caitlin Clark, obviously she set the turnover record in 2025, but she did also break Alyssa Thomas from the year before. But I couldn't care. Like, she looks fine. You can't really tell if somebody's back is in a state to play basketball from walking up and down. But you at 6:29, she'll be ruled out 1 minute. Guess whose suspension is done? Like, this is one of those themes. This is one of those games where you're like, the Indiana Fever, like, have to win this game. Like, they have to win this game, or at least be competitive in this game. And you're now in a situation where your star player is there. Your star player being there is massive. It is absolutely massive. And it's something that, when it comes to the Fever, like, there isn't that trust between fans and the team. Like, I was listening to a No Cap Space podcast, and it was talking about basically how the Indiana Fever were just basically calling the Indiana Fever a complete poverty organization, which they're absolutely right in doing. But at the same time, while a complete poverty organization, and also had no idea what to do when it came down to like, dealing with the whole Caitlin Clark thing. That they had no idea, and they basically got it wrong at nearly every step of the way. And that, like, even in the Indiana Fever, media teams, like, there was the podcast with Chloe, Tony East, and I don't think Scott was on it. James Boyd, I think he was on it. I can't remember, but he was basically saying that they must have done it for money. That they must have been trying to mislead the fans for money, leaving it as long as they did, when they kind of knew that there was even a chance. And everything was like, oh, it was just the timing of it all and the transparency. There's no trust. If it turns out that she's not playing, after them making sure as hell, like everybody knew that she was in the building. This will actually be the most like zero trust anyone will ever have in this front office or this organization. Like, it's over. It's over. Like, if she doesn't play today after this, like, you can guarantee, like, when it doesn't really matter. Like, Caitlin Clark has to literally be the best player in the world for the fans to keep showing up when most of the fans have no trust in the organization. For the fans to show for her as an individual when you don't know if she's going to play. And if this happens one more time, they actually might as well trade Caitlin, because the home attendance from Caitlin Clark isn't even going to be that great, because people don't know if she's ever going to play. You're never going to be able to tell if she's going to play or not. But look, at the same time, it is assumed that she's playing. I think it's safe to assume that she's playing. I think this is going to be a huge game because the Valks have beaten the Fever every single time with or without Caitlin. They have so many bodies. And this is where we get to see really where, like, the Valks are the best team in the WNBA at guarding guards. They straight up are. Like, guards do not play well against the Valks. They simply put don't. And I even include Alyssa Thomas as a guard in this scenario. I include Alyssa Thomas in that. Guards really struggle against this team. And you got to give credit where credit's due when it comes down to it for them, as they are incredibly good at it. And Nakase is kind of almost like the best guard defensive coach there is. She's the best at putting together systems to guard guards. That being said, Caitlin Clark is the best guard in the league. Right at this point in time, she's the best guard in the league. Why? Because she's just relentless. Most skilled guard? No. I'll give that to Paige. Most relentless guard? I'll still give that to Kelsey Plum. But she is the fastest processing speed. She plays at a tempo that people can't keep up with, including this team. And the fact is that they're going to throw 4, 5, 6 bodies on her. So it's going to be a tough one. Even on the second night of a back-to-back, I'm still picking the Valks to win tonight. I'm just hoping Caitlin Clark at least can, get close to tying the record or tying her own record. I saw a thing, it was like Caitlin Clark has got 2. The record for most 20 and 10 games in a row is 3. Set by Courtney Vandersloot and Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark can tie the record tonight. So Caitlin Clark trying to tie Caitlin Clark for the record. But yeah, this is an interesting game. And look, she's here. She's here. The assumption is that her being there means she's playing. And if she's not, dear Lord, they might as well trade her, because Caitlin Clark will no longer be the golden goose because of how bad this organization is. Anyway, I'll see you guys.